Thanks very much for watching. Here in conversation with Senator David Leyonhjelm, with Senator Jenny McAllister, with Senator Jane Hume, all of whom will now be known by their first names from now on. We've got through the awkward meeting stage. Let's talk about how there is another council that is getting its finger into the Australia Day debate. This one is a council that used to do things like ban nuclear weapons and all the rest of it. But anyway, Inner West Council. This is where the Lovies live in Sydney, and this is their next priority. Is that, according to the Herald, which unsurprisingly is the official notice paper of these people, the Inner West Council is said to become the first Sydney council to formally consider scrapping Australia Day celebrations as part of the Greens campaign to change the date. The proposal also calls on the council to cease referring to January 26th public holiday as Australia Day in its communications and to advocate for a federal change. Here we go again, Senator Leyonhjelm.
Yeah, but you know, this is inside the goat cheese curtain. You know, this is Lovey Central, and but you know, I can think back to when Neville Wran was the Premier of New South Wales. He's a very shrewd politician, and he summarised it in those days. So we're talking 20, 25 years ago. Land rights for gay Wales was the big thing in those days. You know, it's much the same sort of people and similar sorts of you know, outrage issues. You know, give it another 10 years, there'll be something else. I don't worry about it too much.
The problem is that there is a pretty clear path for how this campaign works, and it's why people like myself who believe in traditions and also advocate for a second standalone day celebrating Aboriginal achievement. I love the idea of Mabo Day. Blackfella who used white man's law to say, no, bug you, we did exist, thank you. Terra nullius is bullshit. I love that as the way forward, instead of the perpetual conversation about histories we can't change while we live in the modernity that comes as a result of that very history, right? And it's not like there's a kid who doesn't today go through the education system knowing the incredible difficulties of the early days and the incredible difficulties for Aborigines, but you can see that this campaign's going to work where it starts at the activist political level, it goes to their political wing being the Greens, it goes to you know, the Facebook bombing of companies until they come out and start to advocate for it, until eventually we're all told that this is what has to happen. And it feels like it doesn't matter what we say, it's going to be very difficult to cut this off at the pass, Jane.
Well, I'm fighting back. I've just moved my electorate office right next door to Town Hall in the People's Republic of Yarra. So right on the, what do you call it, David, the goat cheese curtain? I actually prefer the turmeric latte line. That's where I am. So anybody that wants a citizenship ceremony or a sausage sizzle on Australia Day, come to my office.
Do you make sure you put a happy Australia Day in the window?
I absolutely will.
Be like the neighbours who move in and just deliberately, you know, like I may have done in the past, smoke the cigar and blow it over the fence. Anyway, Senator McAllister, what do you think here about you know, the understandable concerns about our history, but the way forward, and the way forward about whether it's about working out how to write a new page together or constantly trying to rewrite the one in the past?
I actually think writing a new page together is a nice way of putting it. Like, the way I approach this is, what problem are we trying to actually solve? And there is a problem where Aboriginal people feel their experience isn't valued, it's not acknowledged adequately. And I think the good thing about the debate this year was that there were some quite creative suggestions. You raised the idea of having a distinct day to honour Aboriginal people, a Mabo Day. You know, Noel Pearson suggested celebrating Australia Day over 2 days, you know, starting on the 25th, recognising there was a period when Indigenous people only were sovereign, and then moving to the 26th. Albo suggested, you know, having a referendum on Australia Day. But I think all of those suggestions are about trying to move forward and trying to create a celebration that everyone can feel part of. I'm not sure that moving the day by itself would achieve that. I do think there's a very strong case for trying to build a better sense of our collective nationhood. It includes Indigenous people, it includes our British heritage, and it actually includes the migrant story. They're the best things about us, you know, and we should be able to construct a national day that we celebrate at some point in the year, that we all, where we can really celebrate those things together.